Hello, I'm Rajat. Welcome back to another video. Today, this video, this will be different because we are not going to solve a lead code question that will come later. Today, I want to share something else. I've been working on a chess project, a chess game that I'm building using Pygame and Python. So I wanted to share the construct here. So let's just go with the files and whatever I have done till now. So the first thing is the game, which is by the way, this project has been set up under an environment so that the project libraries don't hamper with other projects. So this is the game module, which is basically a class that that doesn't inherit anything, but it basically does in the constructor that it inits or initializes the Pygame module with some width and height, and this is basically the height and width of the screen, which we're gonna see after some time. And here in the function, it has, I think, only one method, that is a create game, which actually just creates the window first. Then it has a board, which I will show you a little later, and it has also an engine which actually checks for the moves, the checks, and the possible moves like that. So this and this basically updates the game every rotation or every loop, and this basically says that whether the game is running or not. You can see that it has been set here as true. So till the game is running, we have to check for the events. The first one is the game whether the game has been closed or not. It just basically reference takes gives the reference that whether the close button has been clicked or not. And here inside the window that we will generate, if any mouse down event happens, then we just simply give it to handle clicked. Okay, I will show you this method just after some time. And this basically flips the uh, flips or updates the game module. Okay, and once everything has been done and once the game has been closed, we just need to de-initialize the Pygame module. Okay, so the first thing is the game module. And sorry for the background noise if it's coming. There's some work going on outside. Anyways, let's just focus on that. So this is the first and the foremost main module, and we have a game module that just simply creates the game class, game object, and create the game. That's it. Basically, when we are running the game, we are actually running the script main.py, and we have inside main.py we have the game module itself. Okay, the first thing that we saw in the game is the board module. What is the board module? So what I have done is that let me just show you in Python, sorry, in the Paint, what I have, how I have broken down the chess game into pieces. So listen to this. Okay, we got it. Okay. So basically, I have uh, thought of that the chess game is basically a big board, right? That's the biggest board of biggest piece that we have, that we know. And inside the board, we have something called as smaller boxes, right? Smaller boxes. I'm not drawing it to scale, but you get the idea. Here we have boxes. It goes on like this: eight boxes in the horizontal and eight boxes in the vertical. And they also had names A, B, C, D in the horizontal way from white, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from bottom to top, uh, from the perspective of the white pieces. Okay, some of them have black or uh, dark colors, and all other have white colors, right? So these are basically boxes, right? So board is basically a collection of box. And in a box, there is a piece, right? There is a piece. I'm just doing it for understanding purpose. We are not actual pieces, right? So these are pieces. So basically, what happens is that a board is the main object. Inside board, we have a collection of other object, which is boxes, and box has a piece in it or on it, right? So this is how the breakdown of the game happens in my model. So let's go back. So when I go to board, it's basically the height and width of the board, what I want to create. So let's go inside. Yeah. So this is the board right now, and let me just explain you line by line what is happening here. So I have a board which basically a surface. In Pygame, a surface is basically an object on which you can do anything. Okay, you can write things, you can write stuff, you can glit, or you can just paste images. You can do whatever stuff. But surface is like a canvas on which you can do something. I have a matrix called the Silk Road board matrix, which is basically is the initial position of each pieces. As you can see, number one is for black and white, zero is for white. So this one is basically the white rook. This is the knight, white knight. This is the white bishop. We have then the white queen, white king, and again the bishop, and then we have pawn, which are all white. And similarly here you can see the black rook, black knight, black bishop, black queen, and black king, and so on. And you can just have, this is the basically, this is the initial position of the board. Right? And here it also has a structure, which is what I just told you right now, that this is the structure. We have a board and the collection of boxes. So to draw these boxes, or to have the boxes, there is the method which is create board. Okay, takes self and gives you a list of boxes. Okay, so what I have to do. First, I just fill the surface with what the color is under navy gray color. Okay. Then I have a list of structure, which is basically the collection of boxes. And for x and y, which are initialized to 0 and 0, I take a loop. Okay. Now, what's will basically happen is that uh, I'll start filling the box one by one. Once this row has been done, I'll move to this row, then this row, then this row, and so on. And they are all piled up and they create the box. Okay. And so this is what happening in this happening in two ways, in two loops, double loop. So first I'm creating a row using this, and we have a box value, which is actually this one, whether it has any pieces or not. And I have made a lambda function, which is here, that, and gives you none. And this is the lambda function that I want to show. This is the lambda function. If it's R, then it returns a rook with the color into it, like it would be dark colored or white colored. And same with bishop, knight, queen, king, and pawn as well. Okay, so okay. Then we create a box with x and y. Now x and y are different. What x and y is, I will show you the constructor first. Uh, I will show you the constructor later. But here it is, the box color and with the piece. X and Y are the coordinates of the top left corner of the box or the surface, right? In Pi game, what happens is that let's create another Pi. Oops. Okay. In Pi game, the coordinate system works like this. So the coordinate system is somewhat like this. We have the top, bottom. Okay. Yeah. So this point here is actually 0, comma 0. Okay, and as we go down, this is what looks like 0, comma n, where n is some y coordinate. And similarly here, we have y, sorry, x, suppose m, comma 0. This is how the Pygame coordinate system works. It starts from top left corner rather than the bottom left corner, and they increase gradually as it should do. The x goes to left to right, but the y coordinates start from top to bottom. So, so when I'm talking about the x and y coordinate of any surface or any box, I'm talking about the top left corner. So the placement always happens from the top left corner, relative to the top left corner rather than the usual geometry that we have read in college or classes. So this is basically the coordinate of that box. And then I append each box to a row and I let it draw. And once that has been done, I increase the box width. Like once a box has been placed, I go, the next box will be placed in the x coordinate of plus x coordinate of the next box width. Okay, it's basically a little bit tricky to explain, but you get the gist, right? So that's how it happened, and it returns this board, and yeah, it returns the board. Now let's talk about the box piece now. Yeah, so the box surface, the constructor of the box object is also inherited from the surface module, and it has some quite things in it. So the box surface inits, and this is basically the initialization of the constructor of the parent module, which is the surface module, and it takes box width and box height as its parameters. So we have self screen, like on which surface it want to be drawn at. Then we have the self x or self y, which is the coordinate of that box, the top left, corner of the box. Then what color it has, whether it's dark squared or it's white squared, then what pieces it hold. And this is a very dynamic as for the creation as well as throughout the game. It is very much dynamic, and then we have the self is selected or not. This will come in handy when I start programming about the selection, like when you are clicking on a square, whether it will be selected as a blank square or whether it has pieces and the selection will take forward as per the pieces or not. So this all happens. And in the constructor itself, I will draw the box. Okay. Now, the draw module or the draw method blits the box to the screen. Then I fill the box with some color, which is whether it's a dark color or it's a white color. And if it has a piece, oh, then I don't want to do anything. But if it has a piece, then I'll just simply blit the image of the piece, which I have here. Actually, I have the sources. I have all the pieces here. Rook white, rook black, queen white, queen black, pawn white, pawn black. All of these pieces. They are images of PNG bitmap and yes. And once the selection has been done, Okay, and this here is another method which actually shows what to do when a box is selected. It's not the proper one. It's basically what it does is that it draws another square around the box itself. Okay. Then after the box, we have the piece. As I explained, we have a box. We have a piece inside a box. But there, so let's go to a box to a piece. So it is we have a piece. Okay. Now P is an abstract class which has image, color, name, or whether it's its first move or not, then self image, set image. Okay. And since this is an abstract class, it also has the acts as a parent class for other pieces like rook, king, bishop, all of that. So all the other pieces like I'm showing you here, rook, queen, knight, other pieces, they are all inherited from the piece class, and piece class itself is inherited from ABC class, which actually turns a class into an abstract class. So, and highlight box um, is a mandatory method which actually acts as an interface for this class. Okay, so this is all about the piece class, and let's go to the engine, which is the heart of the box. And this is what I want to code right away. Maybe I won't show you this right now because this is just an introductory video to this chess game. So here, the engine has a self board, which is basically it is taking up the board. Then whether the state is idle or not, these are all enums, and whether selection is the box or not. So basically, what I did here is that why do we have a current select here is that uh, I'm thinking when I'm selecting a box, there will be certain other boxes which need to be highlighted, and accordingly, I'll move a piece if the selected box has a piece or not. So that's why I have a selection box. So whenever I click the second box inside the highlighted boxes, it will check and go. I have already done that, but somehow it doesn't work. The logic is not correct. So I have removed all the other code previously written. And from the next time, I will be coding here. Oh, yeah. And you can also see the other pieces as well. They are all inherited from piece module that I just show you. Uh, they are all inherited and they have this mandatory method in them, which is the highlight box, and they will all have a separate definition for the highlight box. They have to be implemented, but the definition is different. Okay, I suppose I have defined yes. So what I'm intending to do is that in highlight box, I will return basically a list of tuples, which will actually point out uh, all the possible squares that could be selected. And here, as you can see, if the self first move is true, then only you have to show this, return this. Otherwise, you can turn this here. Okay. Now, how this works is that suppose a box is in the coordinate of 0 and 0. Okay, the box identity is 0 and 0. So when I return, I will run a loop and I will add the number to it. Okay, so I will find out the other boxes as well. So at now, as of now, this is what I have done. I will look forward to coding it like an actual game, but I'm stuck somewhere here. But hey, this is just an introductory video, so I will definitely show you the coding as well, but not in this video. Okay, this is just an introductory video. Just wanted to share this project with you. So yeah, here we are. So thank you so much. Uh, let's meet in another video. Thank you. You can like and subscribe. Bye bye.